Good morning, guys. Today is June 27, 2025. Today's topic is going to be very simple: how to not have expectations of others. Because sometimes it can be very easy to assume that someone should act a certain way, but to be honest, nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes me anything. So you cannot have that expectation of, one person should be acting a certain way just because, yeah, other individuals don't owe you anything. And one way to not have expectation of others is just to do whatever you do from a kind place, and that's it, and be content with that, because I know that some people can get like spiteful because you're like, I've helped this person and that person, and they're not even like grateful that I helped them. But that's not your business. Whether they're grateful or not is not your business. As long as you did, what was right to you, for them. After that, just let it go, man. Just let it go, because you're dealing with, other human beings, Some of them, they just keep taking. And, if that's the situation, what I would say is just ask the Holy Spirit for guidance. Because even in my family, there are people that I constantly, I constantly look out for them, do what's in their best interest. But then at one point I was like, I don't think those people actually appreciate what I'm doing for them. And that was me just like speaking to the Holy Spirit. And he was just like, do what you gotta do, but at the end of the day, let them figure out their own problems by themselves. Because, as a human being, and especially if you're like emotionally attached to that person, you will always try to do your best for that person. But at the end of the day, you can't really force someone to accept your help. And most times when you force yourself to help someone, what happens is that person is not truly grateful and doesn't really see, what you're doing for them anyways. So yeah, that's what the Holy Spirit was telling me. He was just like, you know what, let them figure their own situation out, and that's it. And if that person asks for your help, then you can help. Because that's another thing that I'm used to doing. I always want to help people. I always want to help people so that they can be the best version they can be, right? Because you know how when you look at someone, you're like, man, this person can achieve greatness. And I'm that type of person that likes to motivate people so that they can be great. But sometimes, a lot of times, what burned me was that the person that I was trying to push to become their best self did not ask for my help. That was just me taking the initiative, because I was like, if that person can just see the value that they have and then use that to their full potential, they would benefit from it so much. That was me thinking good stuff for them. But at the end of the day, it's that person's life. That person has the right to choose how they live their life. So if they don't want my help if they don't want to live like the best way possible? Who am I to like force them to do so, you know? And I got burned for that. I got burned for that many times, especially with fitness. Because me, like I said, I'm always looking out for the best for everyone who's in my circle. So if I see that, you know, you're lacking in terms of health and fitness, I will bug you, you know, so that you can start exercising, eating better, because I know that the end result is you're going to have a better health and you're going to live longer. Even if you don't like exercising and, you know, you're eating junk food, I'm always going to encourage you and be like kind of a free personal trainer. I will always be that person to really try to help you. But what burned me in the past was that people I was doing that for did not ask for my help. It was just me thinking, well, you know, if that person improves their health, then they're not going to need to take this much medication. Let me just motivate them. But there's no point in offering a solution to someone who did not ask you for anything. But yeah, man, that's it. So yeah, so how to not expect anything from others, that's pretty much it, man. Just do what the Holy Spirit calls you to do. Like if the Holy Spirit tells you you need to help this person, then help them, but don't take like the initiative to necessarily do things for others without the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Because like I said, it's not because you think it's going to be good for a person that it's actually going to be good for them, or it's not because you think it's going to be good for them that the person is ready to receive like the help and the information that you have for them too. So you're just wasting your time and wasting their time at the same time. But yeah, man. Okay, so that is it for today. I am in the gym's parking lot. I'm going to go do my workout and move on with the rest of the day. Peace.